Welcome to episode number 8 of my overland adventure van life safari build. I know it's been a while. I was going to film a van life video or two. I did a little shakedown run where I ultimately determined that my tires still rub. So I did some more cutting on there. I'll show you what I did, but anyways, that's not what this episode is about. It's not enough to make an episode. What this episode is about is I am making the bed for the back of my van. I'm going to call it a modular bed because I want to be able to take it out and remove it. So I have this high quality design here on paper. So I'm basically building a rail along the one side of my van that's a permanent rail. And then on this side of the van, I'll show you what I'm going to do in a minute. But on this side of the van, I'm going to have a little storage bin and a little platform that comes out. Then ultimately, I'm going to have some plywood that sits on there that I can take out and stow in here vertically. So I can take it all out. I can put bikes in here. But yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing here that'll actually make more sense probably. So I basically have this rail here on this side. I bought a battery to go underneath it. And that battery is eventually going to be connected to a solar panel and a roof fan and all my lights and stuff. But right now, it is just a battery. But yeah, so this rail will be here all the time. I'm going to cover this up with some of these bricks. Cover up this part down here with some bricks. And then on this side, if you look at my drawing here, on this side, I'm going to have a storage box, something like that, and then it's going to kick out here with a vertical leg. And then this gap here will be spanned with my plywood. So this all makes perfect sense in my head, but I think maybe once I start actually trying to, once I start doing this, it might make less sense. But I'm hoping it makes more sense and it's a good idea. And anyways, that's the idea, so I'm going to go with it. But first, I'm going to cut a piece of panel to cover here. And then after that, I will do something else. So anyways, I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to move on and do something different. And eventually, at the end of this episode, I'm going to have a sweet bed. Actually, I should say that. Before I do that, I will show you one thing about my tires here. I had to cut and hammer this more because as soon as I hit off-road, this used to stick out right to here at the end of my last episode, and there was a bolt here where this connected. So now this kind of flops a little bit more, but it's cut back. I had to trim more off of here, and the biggest thing is I had to cut a piece of metal off of here, which was rubbing on the tires. Once I got off road, honestly, anytime I turned the tires off road and the tire was up, it rubbed a fair amount. Like nothing crazy, I could still turn, but it made terrible noises. So this is officially the extent of all the trimming I did. But yeah, anyways, that's not what this episode is about. This is about the bed. So I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so I got this covered up. My joinery skills are still not that good, but that's gonna be a theme. It's finished as well as I want. So basically, my plan is to fit this table in here. This is a portable 8x10. Sorry, I take these out. This is a portable 8x10 shelter that I'm going to be able to pop up. So this is my tallest level of gear. I'll probably put some chairs or whatever here. But basically this needs to be covered with the bed down on top. So this is going to be here. So basically I'm going to build a foot or not a foot, but anyways, like a post, a wall here up, which will bring the level here. So I'm gonna take some measurements here and start building my wall and my bin over here. So that's sort of where I'm at right now. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Okay, so a little update here. I built this little side wall thingy, which will be the bottom of my shelf. My shelf will go up to about here. I might go up a little higher. But anyways, it'll go, so this is the bottom. But basically if you look here, I have a 2x6 on this. Oh, whatever, my camera's too low, I can't get that. Anyways, I have a 2x6 here. On the other side, I have a 2x6 and then the 2x6 plank, which is 1.5 inches thick. So this is 3/4 inch plywood. So when I put another layer, which bridges to my future wall, this will now be the same height as the top of that. So I can put the plywood spanning the cross of it. So this is my base. I made sure I put enough room for my jack, my tire iron, and a little emergency kit here. Honestly, I don't even know what's in there, but I know there's some jumper cables. So this can stay here and I can access it without digging through my drawer. That's sort of my plan. So now I have a base to start. And I will say that I am not that concerned about my craftsmanship. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I haven't used a square, I haven't used a level. I'm cutting all my wood with the jigsaw there. I'm not using a circular saw, table saw. I am not that concerned. I need this to be close. That's it. I am a simple guy. This is a $2,000 van. I am not looking for perfection, but I'm looking for function. And I think this is gonna work. So from here, what the plan is now, I think, I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet. I think I'm gonna build this little wall to height. That's my plan. I'm gonna build this wall to height. Cool. Okay, I just thought I'd give you a little update as to what I have going. There's a weed whacker going in the background, so you're just going to have to deal with that. This is what I have so far. I wanted this to sit like flat against the door, but the door is like crooked, so it sits flush, which basically puts that out of square. And then, so this cut I'm just gonna hit with the jigsaw to make it line up with this thing later. But basically I have this, and I'm gonna span this with my plywood. So there's my plywood. I am going to pull out my mattress, cut my plywood down, both pieces, to fit my mattress width. And then I'm gonna use the stuff I cut off to fit in up here to finish off the rest of this little platform here. And then I'll put some, I think I have some fake, I do have some fake wood that I think I'm gonna use to line this side here, and then I'm gonna build the bin out of. So anyways, I'm gonna cut this plywood to my mattress. I'll show you my mattress too. It's a 4-inch thick memory foam / regular foam. Anyways, I bought it on Amazon for like 150 bucks, so I'll show you that when I put it on here to measure it, cut it, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So basically, let me adjust this here. This is the bed platform. This is going to be removable. And the one other thing is I want this to... This tripod sucks. Okay. Hey, so the other thing, I want this to stow, so I can take this out. I can take this out, then I have, that's a bad idea. I can take this out and then I have all this storage room, so I can theoretically slide a bike or two, hopefully, in here if this bed platform is out. But for that to happen, I need to stow this. I need to stow this vertically. So I'm gonna have to lob off like, oh, what do I got here? I'll lob like 6 to 8 inches off of here. Lob 6 to 8 inches off the top, because I'd have a second one that I should be able to do about the same. Maybe less, it might be shorter actually. And then I could stow it vertically. Anyways, I'm going to do that now on the second piece. And then I have all sorts of stuff to finish up this side. Cool. Okay, I am back. A little update again. This is my bed. So I got my rail. This bad boy. I got this faux wood up here on the front. I'm just about to take this piece of plywood and I'm gonna get a second one that matches that. Well, kind of matches. It'll be a little bit different size. It'll be for the front. Anyways, I'm gonna lay that across the back here. And I'll probably have to cut out a little bit of corners for here. And well, actually it'll end here. So I'm going to get that laying in nice. Same with the front piece. And then I'll have to build some feet up for the front. So I'll build some feet for the front. Put my mattress on. And then at that point, I am going to start building this box here where the mattress ends. Build up the box. Put some faux wood on the box. You go around the front. The box will come like up to here, so there'll be faux wood here. And this, I guess I'm gonna cover this with the faux wood just to make it look good. But also part of me thinks I want to be able to open this, maybe. So I could pull stuff in and out of here without having to go through the back doors. So I might put some hinges or something on there. But also, I might not. At least temporarily, I might not. And then if I decide that I definitely need to, then I'll figure that out later. But, yeah, I'm going to keep hitting at it. And check back later. So you can see, I just traced out the mattress. So I'm about to do my final trim of the platform, but you can sort of see what it's gonna look like. And then there's gonna be my box. I keep talking about it, but my box, something like that. And the only thing I have left to figure out is what I'm gonna do up here. Like, I don't know if I'm just gonna build like a corner for this, or if I'm gonna build like I'll probably build like a whole frame set on the front, but I'm not there yet. So I do my final trim and probably work on the box after. Maybe this corner, not sure. Okay, here we go. Another update. Basically, I have this is the start of my box. All the bed's done. Anyways, we'll pull that out. Basically, I got these supports in here for like the front of the box. And then along here, I'm gonna just, this is my next project, right, that I'm gonna do right now. In this rail right here, I'm gonna drill in some holes, and then I'm gonna mount a 2x4 in here. And then I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do for the back of the box. It kind of depends what I'm gonna do for a lid. But eventually, I think I'm gonna wind up putting on, mount a 2x4 here. I'm probably gonna make it taller, and then put a hinge, maybe, to be able to hinge up a box. Hinge up a lid. I'm not really sure, but anyways, my plan is I'm gonna mount this 2x4 here, and then I'm going to cover this. I'll put this back here. And then I'm gonna cover this back part in more panel, and then I'm gonna do mount panel on the front here. That's basically the plan, and then I'll be done for the day, because it is currently 6:39, so I kind of ought to be wrapped up about 8. I think that's probably when it gets darkish. So yeah, and then I should be able to use this bed to go camping, at least use my storage box. It won't have a lid, but I'll deal with that later. Yeah, just keep picking at it. Okay, so we are totally done. Not totally done, but totally done for the day. So I got my rail, bricks. This side I got the hardwood paneling. In hindsight, I kind of wish I was smart enough to think to cover this, but it matches that, and it's not that big of a deal. Come up front here. A panel on the front. I'll probably mount my some switches and maybe some oh geez, total brain fart. I'm working too hard today. My USB connections and a cigarette lighter and some switches. I'll probably mount that here with my wiring going in the back. And I might switch this eventually and make this opening so I can pull stuff out of the side here. Well, it kind of depends, but I got that up here. And then I got one more piece, which when the bed is out, I'll just have this out here to support the corner. I did it in the same matching bricks, but we're gonna put it in the bed, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. That was a big piece, and that was stupid. I was about to say something to the camera, and I squished my hand. Oh, fuck. Anyways, that's one piece in. side here. It's kind of a tight squeeze on that front panel, so I think I might do a little shaving of the corner so it goes in a little easier. Take some photos for the gram here. Certainly not the most efficient thing, but it's totally doable. Well, I'll give you the little tour. Here we go. I think it should give me plenty of height, which is one thing I was concerned about. So I made sure that it was going to be as low as I could make it, still having enough storage so I can functionally store some stuff, but giving me enough headroom that I can function. And I close the doors and check it out from the front here. And I got my little post here supporting it. This will have a lid. I don't know what I'm gonna do exactly for the lid, but I can almost sit my head straight up. It's obviously touching and my neck's like craned, but close enough. I should be able to sleep in here without issues. My mattress is plenty comfortable. It's a 4-inch mattress. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I got my storage unit there. Like I said, I'm gonna put a lid on it eventually. And I don't know. I don't even know what I'm storing in there, but clothes or pots or food. And then I'm gonna put more brick panels up the side. Finish up there with brick panels. But anyways, I'm beat today, so that's the end of the episode. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one.